So I came across this clip on Marathon's Twitter, and initially when I watched this clip, I was like, oh, okay, it's just a good clip here. But I started to notice a few things that have changed since that alpha playtest way back yonder. Some things that have changed throughout the fall playtest leading up, of course, to where we are now. So again, this clip was from the January closed playtest. I'm going to play it through, and then I'm going to highlight a few things that I noticed that have changed that you all may not be aware of. All right, so let's go ahead and let's just let it roll from the top. Let me make sure that the quality is on point here. Volume up. Make sure the volume is pretty good there.
Was that? It's another team. It's another team.
Yeah, should be good. Up, and the clip just literally froze to start. Gotta love Twitter, man. Gotta love Twitter. Let's try again.
Was that?
All right, there we go.
It's another team. It's another team.
Whoa!
On the roof. On the roof.
Yep. I will make a rotation. I'm gonna rotate.
Correct. I gotta heal.
Yep.
Blue shield. Cracked again. Oh. Ooh, had the bubble mixed up. Now, down one,
Nice.
down one. That's two. That's two. There's only one up right now.
Yep. Come on, going down. Nice.
On my ping. On my
One
ping.
more,
On my
one
ping.
more.
On my ping.
I'm pushing him.
Nice.
Nice. Yes.
Good. Chris.
Yep. Self press. Nice.
Woohoo!
Self presses. Bye-bye.
You.
Holy, good fight, guys. Holy moly.
Was that?
All right, cool. So you all seen the clip straight through, right? Pretty solid clip overall, but there are a couple things here that happen in this clip. Not necessarily that happen, but that are just more so happening in the background that I want to bring to the forefront, all right? So one of the first things...
It's another team. It's another team.
I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm going to mute the volume here so I can talk over it a little bit. One of the first things, I don't remember, at least in the alpha playtest, if we had this much going on the HUD, right? Like, you know, this little meter right here, right below the heat meter, showing us that, hey, look, we are in a cooldown. I think this is like a cooldown effect, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Yeah, it looks like it was cooling down for a bit until it went away. Then his heat started, you know, going up yet again. So that was one thing I noticed, and I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. You know, that's pretty cool. I love the amount of information we get here, by the way. It's like subtle, but it lets you know what's going on, right? It gives you, I think Bungie is doing a real good job of giving you, gosh, I can't talk, bear with me. Bungie's doing a real good job of giving you ample information without, you know, the screen being too cluttered, right? There is still a bit of clutter here, right? Like, missions are kind of big up here in the corner. I think if you press this M button, the missions will go away though. Like I think they'll what's the term? Like drop down, you know, like disappear. You know, you got your compass up top, that's fine. You got your reticle right there, your heat meter, that stuff is fine right there. You know, you got quite a few things around here. B2, this is, yeah, the homie thief, and then A1, that's the homie vandal right there. Health, all that stuff. That stuff is cool, right? One thing I did notice though is the healing, right? So homie puts on a shield, right? Boom, homie pops a shield. As you can see down here in this bottom left-hand corner, yes, 3 out of the 4 blocks for a shield. But after the shield was popped, it's like a regen, right? So it's like a speedy regen. So he popped the shield and it's going up and the shield is applying itself over time, right? And it looks like the health is the same way. So he went ahead and popped the health, and again, it's healing over time, right? And it flashes right there to show you that you're going to heal up to that point before he popped the second one. Now he's going to heal up to that point right there, okay? So the health system, that changes things dramatically. I can remember from one of the last playtests, especially back in the alpha, I don't want to say too much, but back in the alpha, I should say, whenever you would pop a heal, it would give you the shield instantaneously. It'd give you the health instantaneously. Now it looks like Marathon is doing it more so in akin to, and Arc Raiders didn't invent this, not by a long shot, but Arc Raiders is one of the latest games to adopt more of this healing style. Now I would assume there are probably some higher tier heals that you can get that will give you your shield back instantaneously, and that will give you your health back instantaneously, but it seems like the lower level heals don't do that, you know? So right here, you can see as this individual hits a few shots, the shield icon pops up. I'm gonna rewind a little bit. So we see the shield icon pops up and it gives us info, right? I love that, right? So we have 2 bars right here, which lets us know this is an gosh, I can't talk. I'm so sorry. I've been up for almost 24 hours. Bear with me. But we see this right here. This is an uncommon shield. We see 2 bars right here. I would assume that if it was a blue shield, we would see 3 bars. And if it was a purple shield, we would see 4 bars. So we know the type of shield the opposition has. And I can't remember if this was in the alpha or not. So if this was, completely disregard what I'm saying. But again, more information we get, the better, right? We see when the shield is cracked right here. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. And then we see the knock, right? So boom, runner down. We get that info. We get a kill feed right here. Now, I could have sworn when we get the knock, I thought there was a little logo that pops up right here when we get the knock. I could be wrong. Yeah, it doesn't look like that's the case, but that's okay. Cool. We see the knock confirmed over here. That's all you need anyway. So that's all good. That's all good, right? So homie's moving up right here, pushing the opposition over here. So it looks like, I don't know if it has to do with a mod or an implant that this character or this person has on his destroyer, but it looks like whatever he's doing is prompting for a heat cooldown, which is great, right? And you see the 2 bars next to the heat cooldown. I would assume that that means this cooldown effect is ×2, if it's even a cooldown effect. I could be wrong in that notion, or in that regard, but looks like whatever it is ×2. Like that's a ×2 multiplier, right? So cool, 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 cool. So this guy up here starts shooting at him. He goes ahead and he pops his barricade. And then this guy drops an EMP on him, which is a great counter, by the way. Holy crap, that's a great counter. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think EMP disruptions can disrupt an assassin. And I believe that happened back in the alpha playtest, so I can mention that. I believe so. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But, man, EMPs are going to be so much more useful than I initially realized. Anyways, I'm just rambling here. So his homie comes up and his homie gets the knock right there, right? So this is something that's really important. Check this out. His homie gets the knock and the thirst. So we see the body right here planking, but we see the bag right next to the body, and you see there's locks on it. There's locks on this bag because he did not confirm the kill, right? He just got an assist. He didn't get the down and or the elim. So this homie right here, B2, Taco Timmer, is it Taco Timmer? Yeah, Taco Timmer has loot priority on this individual, I think for 10 to 15 seconds. I don't know the exact time, but my guy Taco Timmer has loot priority since my guy right here, Roan, I'm just calling him Ro. My guy Ro right here did not get the knock. He does not have priority. But again, I think it only lasts for 10 to 15 seconds. Also on the flip side, the developers confirmed on Reddit that if your teammate gets knocked, you cannot instantly res them, or excuse me, not knocked, but if your teammate gets thirsted, you cannot instantly res that teammate. So your teammate gets thirsted. I want to say there's like a 10 to 15 second timer on that teammate before you have the opportunity to revive them from the completely thirsted state. So that's something to keep in mind there. For my loot goblins like me, if you don't put in the work and you don't get the finito, you don't get priority for the luto. All right, so keep that in mind, because I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. And then conversely, if your homie gets thirsted, hey, you better peel back and wait for that timer to expire before you even think about coming back to revive them. You know what I'm saying? So I love those implementations. Those will allow fights to conclude a bit quicker and not be drawn out. I would say a combination of the health, doing the slow regen over time with the common heals, thirsting people and not being able to revive them right away. Like those two things in tandem will speed up the gunfights, and I love that, right? That gives less opportunity for a third party to come in and really ruin the night. You know what I'm saying? So I can dig it. I can dig it. Yo, Editor Cray here. So I forgot to mention this, and this is super, super, super important. Now, as you all know, as I mentioned, whenever your teammates gets thirsted, you have that cooldown period before you can actually revive them and bring them back in the fight. I want you to know, and this is coming from the Marathon official channel here on Reddit, that Triage's reboot plus prime ability can bypass that. So if your teammate gets thirsted and you use the reboot plus from Triage, you can get your teammate right back up and back in the fight. So that just made Triage that much more powerful. All right, back to the video. And then, of course, my guy right here put some shots. Okay, so that's interesting. So that's what I was talking about. This down symbol pops up right here, right in the bottom right quadrant of like the crosshair, you see? And my guy Ro went ahead and confirmed the knock right there. So it popped up right there, but it didn't earlier. I don't know why it didn't earlier, but it popped up right there. So that's good to know. You know, if you don't want to look over here at the kill feed right away, you'll get an indicator right here, right in front of you, right in your line of sight, letting you know, yep, I did get the knock. And then also too, you get the XP down here for the, you know, runner down type of ordeal. So I thought that was pretty cool. Again, like, quite a bit has changed in terms of the quality of life and in terms of like the little nuances like that since that alpha playtest. And I wanted to just share these things with you all as I continue to find more changes that I think were different in comparison to where the game was in the alpha and where the game is now. I will make little quick videos and highlight them and, you know, upload them and all that jazz so you all can stay up to date, so you all are not taken by surprise when March 5th comes around or when the open beta weekend comes around. I want you all to be tapped in. So I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for coming and watching, and I'll keep you all tapped in the near future.